tremendous looking trophy.
Hello, welcome to Platinum Explosion, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Dylan Blight, and joining me on the couch, whatever, show this week, Ash Helpley.
Hey, Dylan. It's nice to be sitting here on the couch. I guess our Platinum Explosion set was like kind of messy or whatever, so I guess we're sitting on the arcade couch.
That happens sometimes, you know, if you watch a show and like, I don't know, the set, they're obviously using a set from another show that's part of the same company, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it happens.
It happens. It's a thing.
Or you just stop and like redo the intro. It's like
no, fuck that.
No.
So before we get into the show this week, because obviously we're going to talk about the state of play. A was talking last week. Hey, we'll do a bonus episode if the state of play is good. Spoilers.
So go look for that on the podcast feed.
Yeah, it was not good, so there is not an actual thing that's going to happen here. State of play was shit. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, so before I talk about that, I want to point out something I completely forgot I put in the show notes until I opened them this morning to do this. But there's a game I was playing that Buddy conned me into playing last week to really bring me down. So it's a really shitty, quote-unquote, easy platinum game, quote-unquote. It's called Lady in a Leotard with a Gun. And it sucks. It's fucking garbage.
Sounds promising.
It is terrible. I did not get the platinum. I hated playing it so much. I found the way the game plays so frustrating, so annoying, and such a waste of my time and energy that I could not even be bothered finishing it to get the fucking platinum. I got to, I think, the second last level, and I was like, this game is literally one of the worst things I think I've ever played in my life. So I even went onto my I think I went onto my profile and I hit it. I think. I don't know if that hides it everywhere for everyone. I think it maybe just hides it for me. But I don't want to see that shit. Get the fuck out of my life. Here, let me open for video viewers here. Let me play a couple seconds from this bad driver video. This is the game we're talking about. Look at this. What is this? It's garbage. It's fucking garbage. Let me skip ahead to another level. There you go. This is what I'm talking about. This is absolutely fucking bullshit. I waste time. So usually I'm on here suggesting these cheap games that are under $1, easy platinums. This one I highly suggest no one play. Don't play. Lady in a Leotard with a Gun. It's garbage. Oh, let's get into the actual.
So Buddy didn't get the platinum either, right?
No, he got it because he's a sick fuck.
So it mustn't be that difficult.
He's a sick fuck.
If Buddy got it.
He committed. I wanted to go to sleep. And I went to bed. And I deleted it off my console. I don't have time for that shit. PlayStation Plus games from November. Maybe some better news in here. So basically everything that was leaked is a thing that's happening. The game it's coming out now. You're going to get VR games. You're going to get some other games. Knockout City. First Class Trouble. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Persistence and Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Standard Edition. And Until You Fall. So you got a total of 6 games this month in a weird mix of things. And also everything's been shaken up. Knockout, First Class Trouble, and Kingdoms of Amalur are available until December next month, December 6th, when they'll switch over to new games. But the other ones, the Persistence, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, and Until You Fall,
the PSVR ones.
The PSVR ones will last until January 3rd. Yeah.
So if you're getting someone a PSVR for Christmas, make sure you give them a PS Plus subscription as well, so they can get a couple of free games.
That's true. It's good gifting there, Ash. Good tips. Hot tips.
Buy it through our Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, what do you make of the Plus games? Anything exciting here?
Not overly. Obviously, we really enjoyed Knockout City. That came out this year, right? It's been such a long.
Think so. Yeah, surely this year. Yes. Yeah. Surely.
May. Okay, good.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully, it gives that game another boost, because obviously I don't think we haven't played it in a while, but because it was all hardcore players, and it's like really difficult to play it now. But, I think, get some more newbies in there and it'll be like easier to beat some people, which makes it more fun. But yeah, I mean, and then First Class Trouble is probably the more interesting new release that, we don't know anything about, really. Obviously, it's a Steam. It's already on Steam, I believe.
Yeah, people have played it. People have been streaming it. It's like
playing it.
Yeah, it's Among Us.
It's a deduction.
Yeah,
deduction game. So, maybe we'll give it a go on stream or something, or because it's not Among Us and you don't hate it. So,
Among Us comes to PlayStation December. Official release date was locked in, by the way.
We'll chase that platinum.
Chase that platinum. Yeah, better have a platinum, or else I'm going to burn that shit down. The Knockout City. Sorry, Push Square also writes Knockout City. Coming to PlayStation 5 next week, and you'll be able to download it as free as PlayStation Plus, blah, blah, blah. Of course, with its title arrives on Sony's next-gen console comes with meaningful improvements. 120 frames per second gameplay, if you can do that. To clarify, PS5 owners will have two graphic options available. Performance mode, which will run at 120 frames per second on compatible television screens at 1440p resolution. Alternatively, quality mode will run at 60 frames per second in native 4K. Both options will benefit from vastly improved lighting, including a new area lights, bowl lights, particle lights, improved global illumination, and local light shadows. If you already own Knockout City, then you're eligible for a free PS4 to PS5 upgrade. I mean, it's on PlayStation Plus anyway. Furthermore, the cross-play nature of the release means you'll be able to play against people who don't have next-gen consoles yet. Developer I've never had to say that. Velan Studios will be celebrating a new version of the game with the Royal Rumble event, which is an 8-player free-for-all where you fight to be the last dodgeballer standing. The event will coincide with the return of some time-limited cosmetics in the Brawl Shop, and don't forget the primary reward in the current Brawl Pass allows you to unlock Faith from Mirror's Edge. I did not know that.
This is a missed opportunity.
For what?
If you're going to an event, if you're going to have a game mode called Royal Rumble, why wouldn't you team up with
John Cena?
How's that for some simple skins? You get a bunch of WWE superstars or something.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Would you?
You throw down the celebration thing, and it's like a little hand going, "You can't see me." Next.
I know, I guess it won't because it meant EA they don't do the WWE games, so
I mean, everybody's licensing from everybody, so
that's true. But also, it would mean there's good quality WWE game crossover happening, and at the moment, WWE has a thing where they purposely only like to put out games that are bad that have their license involved with them. So that would kind of ruin it because Knockout City is a good game, so I'd go against everything they stand for.
Also, are you looking forward to balls being thrown at you in 120 frames per second?
I can't do the 120 frames per second. I don't think the TV's got the no, it doesn't. I can't. Not yet. Eventually, I'll be on the 60 with improved lighting, 4K native.
Okay.
That all sounds very good. 120? Would if I could.
Yeah, and it seems like you're the one who needs a new TV.
Wow. Wow. Fucking hell. Returnal is a game that came out. It's been updated recently. Kotaku writes you can finally suspend your Returnal runs. Good joke. It only took 179 real-world cycles, but Returnal's history's glossiest Blue Oyster Cult music video will finally let you close the game without racing your progress. Developer Housemarque revealed the news of a suspend game option, easily the most requested feature among fans, in a video detailing the 2.0 update for one of the year's marquee PlayStation 5 exclusives. Also, it's got photo mode though. Returnal, which debuted on PS5 back in April, is among the lonely crowd of next-gen only games. He plays an astronaut, of course. If you forgot it came out, it's like Edge of Tomorrow, blah, 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 but you could die. Now you can. And people found a way to fuck this around already. Well, not fuck it around, but of course how to cheese it, I guess, which is if you need to do. So how do you spend your game in Returnal? Following the update, open the pause menu. Select Suspend Cycle. Voila. Next time you boot up the game, you'll return to where you suspend your cycle. There are some ground rules though, right, Kotaku? You can only suspend one run at a time, and when you pick up where you left off, the cached save data is eliminated. Bad news for anyone hoping to spam this feature to save scumming. However, people, I think I didn't have an article open for it because I didn't think I need to. But you can basically suspend the save, quit the game, back up the save to the cloud. Then if you fuck up and you want to do that again, just quit the game and re-download that save, and obviously turn off auto upload of your save. So if you're really struggling with Returnal and want a way to, I guess, get through it, and want a way to make sure you're not going to die a million times over and don't have to always go to the next boss and make your way or whatever, yes, you can now save scum the game. It sounds really annoying and tedious to constantly have to quit to download save files to me, but if that's what you need to do, have fun. Have at it. All right, state of play. It was a thing. Moving on. Sorry. Reading off the handy article that Ashley Hobby put together on the website. Right, let's go through. Well, hold on. Overall thoughts, I guess. What are your overall thoughts on this state of play?
It was okay. I think we got a bunch of smaller titles. We got a bunch of dates for stuff. We got confirmation that certain games would come to PS5 or PlayStation. All you kids complaining about where are all the indie games and all the smaller titles after the last state of play with all the big AAA hype ones down the road, and now you're all going to complain like where are all the bigger titles, interesting titles, because we got indie one. It's like can't please anybody. Fucked all the time.
I think there's some cool stuff in here. I just think state of play is just there's nothing really. They're never well put together. There's never really a good thing. Like even if you look at a list of stuff and go, oh yeah, there is some cool stuff in here or whatever, but just the way it's put together, and there's never like one marquee sort of thing you come away from with it. Like it always sort of ends on such a whimper. But even if there was some cool stuff in the middle, it's just they still haven't got it. Everything I'm not saying it was bad. It was just like my typical state of play thing where I'm like, it was fine. Like it was literally the equivalent of a PlayStation blog post, but in video form. And I would like the state of plays to not feel the equivalent. I want them to feel elevated, better than, So, started with Deathverse, multiplayer melee survival action game where you fight as part of a twisted reality. I don't know what the hell this was. I didn't really make 2 cents of it. And it didn't really interest me either, to be honest. This looked like something that will come out and then like several months later they'll be like, we're closing the servers.
Yep.
What do you think?
I compared it to that Hunter's Arena game that got released on PS Plus earlier in the year that nobody remembers. And I think it's going to have a similar fate. It's like, I suspect it's like a PS Plus game down the line. People will play it for like a week or two, and then it'll kind of die on the vine.
There's like a lot of really weird characters and stuff happening, but
it's like they're trying to make it like Hunger Games-esque. It's like, which isn't a bad direction to go. Obviously we've had the biggest show in the world, is Squid Game, which has like similar type of like gaming battle royale programs. But yeah, this is just not doing it for me. The combat just looks kind of odd and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, the combat didn't look great, and that's the thing. Like even if some of the characters and that bits and bobs looked sort of intriguing, that the overall like the gameplay just didn't look at all like something I would want to play. Anyway, so moving past that, apparently it comes to PS4 autumn 2022. There you go. We Are OFK got a brand new trailer, so this was good. Being excited for this. Haven't seen this for a little while. This was a cool state of play exclusive trailer where they're talking to one another about making the trailer. Like, because if you don't know, so this game is like, it's as if the people in the game are a band, OFK, They're releasing an album, and then the game's about them. But that also means because they're making as if they're making out like the characters are real. So that means that they can put out this trailer where they're like, oh, hey, we're part of the band. We're just making this trailer for State of Play. You know, like they can sort of meta it a bit because of the way they're creating and marketing the game. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I think the first time we saw this was one of those random indie showcases during E3, and it was like the standout from whatever that event was that I don't remember, but it wasn't one of the major ones. It was one of the indie ones, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely an indie one. Yeah,
and that was like a standout from that for sure. I think we probably did talk about it on the Arcade Couch from one of those shows last year, but I haven't seen it for a while. But yeah, this trailer doesn't show a whole bunch new because it's sort of just made for the State of Play.
It's made for people who didn't hear about it before.
Yeah. And they did announce like the proper voice cast and all this sort of stuff at the same time and whatever else, which is cool. But yeah, I'm super excited for this game. I think they said it's 5 episodes or something. I think that was the breakdown. Yeah, 5 parts or something going to be broken down to. So I'm very keen. You keen for this?
Yeah, I'm definitely keen for this. You know, who doesn't like those behind the scene type stories? And yeah, playing it in like a game, almost like I would say like adventure, Life is Strange-esque almost way, you know, without the powers. Yeah, that sounds interesting. You know, it's probably going to have good music and like that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, one of the songs is out. I think one of them.
I believe so. Yeah.
PS5 2022 and PS4. So,
yeah.
And we got Bugsnax, the Isle of Bugsnax, which is a free update coming to Bugsnax. See players exploring a new land filled with supersized Bugsnax. You'll be able to customize your hut and even stick a hat. Even stick a hat on your favorite Bugsnax snack. Bugsnack? Snacks. Your favorite Bugsnax.
I think the plural is the same as the singular.
Bonga, 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 bonga. Yeah, I'm keen for this, obviously. I love Bugsnax. I'm keen to play some more Bugsnax. Supersized ones. Reminds me of the Pokemon episode where they go on the island and they think there's like huge ones, but turns out they're just robots.
They're just robots, yeah.
Spoilers. Also, this is definitely set before the end of the Bugsnax. Like, I don't want to spoil what happens at the end, but this is, well, I mean, slight spoilers. They leave the island.
Maybe.
So, like, I'm presuming this is...
Maybe.
They're trying to say this is...
Dylan, they have to go back.
I mean, was this Jurassic World 2? Or Jurassic Park 2?
Well, I was going for more like Lost, but...
Okay.
With that specific
okay.
reference.
Lost, but. Okay, yeah. We gotta go back, Kate. Oh, gotta go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keen for this.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be playing.
This might get me to finally get around to playing.
You reckon? This is it. Took this update.
Yeah,
for
why
you to
not
finally
DLC? Yeah, the addition of hats for Bugsnax is what's going to put me over the line.
Ridiculous.
You know.
Now, I want to point out something that I've found quite amusing, of course, because this is my favorite take on that I've seen. So Greg Miller tweeted out, of course, doing the right thing as he should, using his power as a massive Twitter influencer, you know, to make sure to tweet in response to what the fuck's the developer called?
Young Horses.
And say like trophies, because apparently they weren't adding trophies, but now they're going to. But this game
apparently it was too much work to add trophies.
Yeah, bullshit.
You know? Yeah, that's what you get when you're in the work 4 days a week.
Bullshit.
You get less trophies.
You got crunch to get them trophies in. But my favorite take, so lots of people have been covering this in different ways, and most people have been having a bit of fun with it. But Game Informer's headline, which is my favorite take on it, says, father of newborn child uses free time to get trophies added to Bugsnax DLC, still doesn't have Peace Walker Platinum. Oh, this is my favorite one. Someone claims to love PlayStation trophies, even though they don't have the platinum for Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, finds out a game they want to play doesn't have trophies, and they go online and pester those hardworking indie developers until trophies get added. In this case, that person is Greg Miller, whom some, very few probably, know from IGN and Kinda Funny. Most people would know him as the photographer of washed up hero shirtless Spider-Man. Young Horses, developers behind Bugsnax, excitedly tweeted out its new trailer for its upcoming Isle of Bugsnax DLC shortly after the trailer aired last week during PlayStation State of Play Showcase. Excited, happy, joyful, the trailer was live. Lo and behold, who appears in their mentions? Greg Miller. This dude can't even give the team a congrats or great trailer. No, he immediately hits them with the new trophies, to which the team replied, not this time, sorry, Greg. Miller then offers to make Young Horses a list for free. Again, he doesn't even have the Peace Walker Platinum, and he's out here acting like the authority on all things trophies. Yikes. And commands the team to tell PlayStation they've reconsidered their position on trophies in Isle of Bugsnax. Young Horses compiles, and 2 days later... replies. And then 2 days later, the DLC has trophies, as first reported by PlayStation Lifestyle. Credit must be given where credit is due. Miller did convince Cohorse Force, a small indie team of developers, to add trophies to its upcoming Bugsnax DLC. However, look at the costs. Miller's racked up some mighty press about how he's a PlayStation trophy tour de force. He'll surely use that the next time some developer announces a game doesn't have trophies as credibility for why they should trust him in making a trophy list. Good article written by Wesley LeBlanc. I appreciated that. I thought that was quite funny. Yeah. Shout outs. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach got a trailer. This looks fucking dumb. What is this game?
It's a Five Nights at Freddy's game.
But explain to... They've got legs now. Like, they're like action heroes.
They've got legs now. I don't know what to tell you, Dylan. They've got legs now. It changes the game. They can move around now. They're autonomous.
You can also apparently get inside them now. Like they're robots or some shit. I don't know what's going on.
I think they're always robots. But
were they? I thought they were real people.
I don't know.
I've never played the game.
Obviously a franchise I don't care about.
It's a franchise I also never played.
I said this is a successor to Deathloop because it seems like we get this trailer, something for this every single state of play.
It's true. PlayStation is really in bed with this. This Five Nights at Freddy the game.
Any day now, they're going to announce they've bought Five Nights at Freddy IP.
Maybe they will. At the end,
that's that. They got it mixed up. They're not remaking a Silent Hill. They're remaking the Five Nights at Freddy's. Kojima's working on it.
Fucking disgusting. Next piece, there was an exciting reveal. Depth Store finally is coming to PlayStation November 23rd. That is this month because we are now in November, everyone. This is definitely one of my favorite games of the year. Gave it a 9.5 in my review. You can read that, of course, exposurenetwork.com or find it somewhere.
Important question, though, probably should ask off air. Is that before or after our games cut off?
I mean, it's still eligible for... It came out this year.
Okay, good.
Did you forget it came out this year?
No, but like before we have to do our nominations.
It's before.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Why, you going to play it now?
Yeah, because it's on PlayStation. Well, I mean, the plan was always to play it, but now it's on PlayStation, so might as well wait.
Might as well wait. Pre-order, you get Titan Souls free, by the way. Acid Nerves.
If you haven't already gotten Titan Souls, several other places.
Yeah, because they have quite handily tried to give it out everywhere. Yeah, everyone should play Depth Store. Definitely one of the best games of the year, in my opinion. It's basically a Zelda-inspired adventure with... it's got some cool boss fights. The last boss quite hard, but other than that, I don't think the rest... It's not like Dark Souls level hard or anything drastic. And I think when I talked about an arcade couch, because I don't think that the way they promoted the game made people think it was like a Souls inspired thing, but no, it's got checkpoints. It's got market, like you don't lose all your progress. It's more Zelda inspired. Yeah. That's cool. I don't know if I'll have time to play it again, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to try and get the platinum, but I might just buy it to support them anyway. We'll see how it goes.
Smart timing, like to release on another platform right near the end of the year.
Right near the end of the year.
Get some good Game of the Year buzz.
Yeah.
Potentially.
It's a good idea. Definitely a good idea. Kite Rider Drift. It's coming to PlayStation. Here's something else I've played. So this was previously had shown up during Xbox's showcases and events, and they had a partnership for Kart Rider Drift. So Kart Rider's like the previous versions of the game, pretty massive in
South Korea,
yeah. And now the newest version, Kart Rider Drift, like it's coming out everywhere, but it was being more targeted towards a Western audience, especially with the partnership with Xbox, obviously pushing it to an particularly American audience and whatever else. So now, but no, it's coming to PlayStation. It's good. Like every time I've played it, I've enjoyed it. I think it's a solid kart racer. It doesn't have big knowledgeable characters that you'll recognize, and maybe that's a turn off for some people. But as far as like mechanically being a kart rider, kart game, it's got everything you would like about Mario Kart and everything. It's got, and even maybe crossed more in with like some of the stuff in Crash Team Racing that I like more, like some of the boosting and the drifting of that game above a Mario Kart and stuff. But there is like a mode where it's just speed, so no items. There's the items mode, typical Mario Kart sort of stuff, so you can come back from behind and whatever else. So yeah, I'd suggest if they do like a open beta thing. Is that what they're doing? I don't actually remember.
Yeah, they're doing a closed beta.
Yeah, try and get in on that. But otherwise, they'll be free to play anyway. So every time I've played it, they've had a what do you call it? Like a battle pass. Like there's a free battle pass thing of unlocks, but of course you can pay money to get that season's battle pass, which gives you access to the premium unlocks, typical to a lot of games now. So, and all of that's for not stuff that will enhance your game per se, but at least from when I played it anyway, it was all just cosmetic, like changes to your character, changes to your kart, the way it looks, this sort of thing. King of Fighters 15, open beta PS5, PS4 from Saturday, November 20, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Coming to PS4, PS5 on February 17th, 2022. I don't think either of us care about King of Fighters, so I don't think at this point.
It's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game.
You like that?
Yep.
Cool.
First Class Trouble. So yeah, this is one deduction game. November PS Plus game. Trailer for it. Just talked about it, so that's sort of what's in here as well. They're pushing this, even though I think I remember seeing like a lot of PS or someone stream it previously, like early in the year or something. Star Ocean of Divine Force, the latest entry in the long-running RPG franchise, was announced. It's coming to PS5 and PS4 in 2022. I've never played a Star Ocean game. I recognized it was Star Ocean pretty quickly, even without that, because I know they just have a certain style, I guess, and that
quality to them.
Yeah, some people go, old JRPGs look the same. No, there's things, but it looks pretty good, I guess. If you're into them. I was if I was younger, if I was a young lad, I had more time.
If you had time,
maybe, but no. And then the show ended with The Little Devil Inside. Got a better look at how the game actually plays. We haven't seen it for a while either, so it was kind of good to see it. So the standout thing from this was, I guess, showing off that you'll have this overhead bird's eye view sort of world map thing, and then you'll like sort of be like the gameplay starts, they hop on a train, the train moves, they walk for a little bit, they get in a car, they drive for a car a bit, but then they also like click a button or whatever to zoom into the train, so then you're seeing what we've seen previously with the actual character there, and they're doing stuff, and then like when they drive the car, they eventually arrive at a house or whatever, and then the switches view to what do you want to call it, like a normal game view of what's going on. It seems you can sort of just do that at will, switch between the world traveling view and the like inside normal close to Earth view or whatever you want to call it, which is unique, I guess. So yeah, it was nice to see the gameplay shown off. Obviously there was some like interesting technical things happening here that made me go, this isn't coming out anytime soon. Like there was a lot of the frame rate didn't look great. There was a lot of texture pop-ins, especially when they were zooming in and out of the world view map and whatever, which is fine because obviously the game's not out yet. But I was also like, damn, there's so many like sort of obvious things that made me go, oh damn. I was hoping this would be coming out relatively soon, but I reckon this is still probably closer to mid next year or something like that. What do you reckon of what we saw though?
Yeah, looks alright. I don't think we saw a lot. It was like kind of still very much overview. But it was, I mean, it gives you a better idea of the game than the initial story trailer, I guess, did. So, yeah, I'm keen to check it out.
Yeah, I guess the trailer's idea was to be like, here's how you're actually playing the game compared to, and it does end with a similar sort of montage of fighting things and like other lots of really weird stuff, which was more like what we'd seen initially. But yeah, the main part of this trailer was just to be like, look, this is how you play the game. You'll have this map, you're walking around, you're on an adventure, you can stop and talk to people, whatever else. I'm keen. I'm still as keen as I was last time we saw it. Just not much, neither more or less keen, still just, it's a game. I want to play it. Hopefully it comes out soon. 2022. And that was the state of play. Probably the last one, I presume the last one we'll get for this year. The PlayStation might have something show up at Game Awards, but other than that, I doubt we'll.
Yeah, I don't think they'd do another one.
Yeah.
Unless they want to give us a big Christmas present.
I mean, I'll take a big one announcing something cool or showing off something cool. I don't know. Like, maybe they would do a random one for what would they be due for? Don't know.
I mean, if there's talk of like PSX returning,
what next year?
You could build a state of play with that built around that announcement.
Well, but would they do that now, like this year? When was state of play usually? Wasn't it around like the end of the year?
It was around December, yeah. So.
Okay. So what, they do a state of play and then at the end they're like, hey, this time next year, we're back.
Yep.
PSX, baby. It's all about the boom. Polygon writes Bloodborne's PS1 Demake is real and coming early next year. So this is pretty cool, I think. After months of developer Lilith Walther showing updates on Twitter and years of on-off again development, the long-awaited PlayStation 1 Demake of Bloodborne is finally coming. Walther debuted the trailer and release date for Bloodborne PSX on Halloween, showing off its fantastically spooky retro vibes for all to see. The game will be released on PC and be free for all on January 31st, 2022. Bloodborne PSX only contains Bloodborne's first area and ends after the demake version of the original game's second boss fight, Father Gascoigne. However, Walther said there are a few bonus areas for players to explore. Blah, 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 blah. I don't really know the legality of this.
I would say it is not.
Maybe releasing it for free helps, and because it's not.
It's like a fan project.
It's like a fan thing that's completely made from the ground up, even though it is obviously like a remake, like of another game or demake of a game that already exists, like very obviously. But it's using entirely new assets and everything like that. So maybe that helps the case. I want to play it though. It looks really cool. It reminds me of it looks like playing like Nightmare Creatures on PS1 or something like that, which is funny. Also, the frame rate's a lot higher than a PS1 game would have actually been. Like visually, it looks like a PS1 game, but the frame rate is, I think, a lot higher.
The movement and everything.
Yeah, it's a little bit more fluent than what you would have actually got, I think. But yeah, it's a pretty cool project. Pretty cool. It's funny how people can make stuff like this. I hope it doesn't get cancelled or whatever. I'm like, they're giving it away for free. Like, just they're not trying to make money off the property or, just let it happen. Especially because we're still waiting to hear about bloody Bloodborne 2, Bloodborne Remake. State of play them, motherfuckers, or Game Awards, that shit, Jeff Keighley. I don't know. One of them.
I think Game Awards.
Game Awards, if they're going to do it, yeah. Well, Sony was going to do one big thing.
I mean, if of all the possible announcements that go back at Game Awards,
for Sony,
I think something Bloodborne related would get the most news at Game Awards. Well, short of like a Starfield gameplay trailer.
Yeah. Well,
like of all the potential stuff we've realistically believe is going to be announced or shown.
Look forward to the Arcade Couch episode in a few weeks where we do our yearly Game Awards predictions. Will one of us predict Bloodborne remake or 2 or
yes,
something?
because someone wants to give me.
You reckon it's a gimme? You're putting it in the gimme pile. Oh boy. All right. Apple Music now available on PS5 right to IGN. Just as a PSA, Apple Music has officially launched for PlayStation 5, making it the first console to feature the music streaming service since Apple launched it. As announced in an article on the PlayStation blog, starting today, PlayStation users with an Apple Music subscription will be able to stream music directly from their PlayStation 5. Through the Apple Music app, players will be able to listen to music both in the PlayStation 5 menus and during gameplay. According to the blog post, in addition to being able to listen to their own playlist and over 90 million different songs, Apple Music subscribers will be able to find recommendations for players that give the genres they're currently playing, as well as a range of music videos that can be streamed in 4K. In addition of Apple Music to PlayStation 5 only helps bolster the current roster of media apps on the console. So yeah, I don't use Apple Music. I'm a Spotify person, but I think for people who do use Apple Music, this is pretty cool, especially if you would like to, you're playing a game and you would like to listen to music at the same time. It means that you can mix it in with the audio and you don't have to have a second headphones on or use your phone or whatever. So it is good. It's just, opens up because currently it was just like, well, Spotify or bust. So now.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because I feel like Sony had like a deal with Spotify, especially after they closed down PlayStation Music, whatever it was called. Now, obviously, they've got some sort of deal with Apple. Obviously, if you've got a PS5, you can get Apple TV for free for 6 months if you open the app up.
That's all you got to do.
So, yeah, making deals for these like media apps, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Apple usually doesn't play with anyone, and
mergers coming.
And Apple
it's throwing crazy.
Apple's an American company and Sony's a Japanese company, so it's not even like
it's very unlikely.
Yeah. So that's cool though. And then finally this week, Uncharted 3's 10th anniversary is on at the moment. So IGN says Uncharted 3's director reveals the origin of the famous cargo plane sequence on its 10th anniversary. So Uncharted 3's most memorable sequence is undoubtedly Nathan Drake's running battle through a cargo plane in mid-flight. Its peak Naughty Dog action design steadily escalating until Drake finds himself hanging desperately from cargo net over the desert. Hard as it is to believe. As I live and breathe. Uncharted 3 is now 10 years old. Having first released on PS3 on November 1st, 2011. To mark the occasion, several of its original developers came together to share their memories of Uncharted 3's development. They include building the cargo plane sequence, which director Kurt Margenu says that was the first time in his career he had a chance to build such a set piece. Saying, quote, "It was truly a collaborative effort with animators, programmers, sound designers, and anyone else who cared to contribute. It started with an off-the-cuff idea of, what if you could chase down a plane on the tarmac and board it? Which turned into, okay, what if the plane crashed while you were in it? And then figuring out what we could do, what could even work and be playable. So if you want to read the full thing, it's on Naughty Dog's website. It's got like everyone like sort of like lifting off their favorite scene from the game, behind the scene tidbits and nuggets and this sort of stuff, which is pretty cool. But Uncharted 3 10 years old, that's fucked as.
That is fucked as. Can I give it controversial?
Oh,
I think the cruise ship sequence is better.
Well, like when it sinks with the water and stuff.
It might not be like as easily memorable because it wasn't like casted in all the trailers and everything. But I think it's a better gameplay sequence.
I would say it's less memorable. However, technically, I find the water. I remember being so impressed by the water physics more so than the plane crashing from like a technical point of view. However, the plane sequence is just more action, straight up like action bombastic sequence. That said, the most insane Uncharted sequence I think they'd done was in the fourth one when you're on the bike and the chasing the car, and I don't know. I feel like that was just the most insane.
Yeah.
Surely, no? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's not as insane as crashing a plane, but just
no. It's kind. You're just chasing a
it's hard to pick, I guess.
Thing on a bike. That's not really that.
Did you play Uncharted 3 at launch or?
I think I was pretty close. Like, obviously, I got my PS4, PS3 very late, and then played through 1 and 2 back to back. I feel like it was only like a couple of months after 3 came out, so
I was about to say, I remember
I went in pretty much blind.
I can remember like pre-ordering it where I got it, and it stands out because it's I pre-ordered this from Harvey Norman, the one and only time I've ever pre-ordered a game from Harvey Norman, and I had to go there to pick it up in the morning. And no, I never, and they obviously have never done that huge games or whatever, but they had a special edition cheaper than anyone else. Wasn't like a steelbook. It was like, I don't know, those book, the ones that had, like, it's got had like the cover over it, but they had like a couple pages or whatever that was built into it and something else. I can't remember. Anyway, it was the cheapest special edition that was going around at the time. So me and my friend both pre-ordered it from Harvey Norman, drove there together, I think, that morning, picked it up, and then went to separate houses afterwards to play the game. See ya.
Yes, you do.
Could play this by myself. But yeah, it's crazy to think that was 10 years ago. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how old am I? Sometimes I'm like, 10 years. I would have been like 11. Oh, no.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So happy 10th anniversary, Uncharted 3. And I'll do it. This week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Let us know any comments, questions, or concerns you have had about the episode. By either tweeting at us or joining our Discord. ExplosionNetwork.com/Twitter takes you to our Twitter. ExplosionNetwork.com/Discord lets you join our Discord. If you like this episode and you wish Ash could have a 4K TV, head on over to ExplosionNetwork.com/support
nothing to do with this.
to donate.
If you want Dylan to have a 120 frame per second capable TV,
that is not the fun. ExplosionNetwork.com/support. It'll be the last week. Next week, I'll end this. It's the last time you're going to hear it. Because I have to force Ash to change that back to something that's just a bit more appropriate.
had nothing to do with it.
He's just really fucking grabbing the reins. And until next week, remember that every trophy counts, apart from if you're making the horrible decision to play Lady in a leotard with a gun, at which point it does not count for shit.
Dylan, no. Every trophy counts.
Well, hey, don't forget you can subscribe to the show wherever you're currently listening, and you can drop a review if you can. Find more great shows like this and more content over at ExplosionNetwork.com, and please consider supporting us for as little as $1 over on our Ko-fi page by heading to ExplosionNetwork.com/support. Thanks for listening.